kitchen now with a guy who does a lot of baking over the holidays, Chef Richard
Indeed.
Palm from the American Club in Kohler. And that's another wonderful place to, kind of get away from the mall, the hustle and bustle. Great shops, wonderful restaurants. You don't have to stay at the inn to come down and enjoy it, correct?
No, not at all. No, not at all.
You can come for lunch or breakfast or brunch. You do a wonderful Sunday brunch
Indeed.
all year long, not just the holidays.
Friday seafoods as well, and Sunday brunch all year round.
And the village of Kohler is just so quaint and beautiful, and they do lots of special things during the holidays and all year round.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed.
So we're making a tart that is served at their brunch, and it's just beautiful. I mean, you really want to wow your guests this holiday season. Make this. Is it easy to do?
It's extraordinarily easy to do. The only thing that might be a little bit of challenge you do it the day before is we rolled out our sablé dough crust, which is a cookie dough crust, but called sablé because you sand the butter in and it's a little bit flakier. So a liquid filling like what we're making holds up a lot better with it. But notice we've baked it off almost to completion because once you put a liquid filling in, it's not going to bake too much longer. So we did that the day before.
And a tart pan is, just so beautiful.
Absolutely.
Rather than a pie. I think that it's just that extra special. Not that pies aren't wonderful too, but it looks very elegant.
Exactly.
All right.
So now we're going to make our filling. So basically what we've got is cream cheese, and we've got ricotta, and we used a product called ricotta con latte, which Riccio makes. It's really good. Wonderful.
And what does that do? Just to make it real smooth? And
makes it very, very smooth.
Okay.
It's a little bit more dairy. It's really very nice.
When you think ricotta, I think, the stuff in lasagna, but there's stuff so many different things you can use it with.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then this is very traditionally Italian. So then now we're going to put our sugar in, granulated sugar.
Okay.
And then we're going to put in a little bit of salt for counterpoint and a little bit of nutmeg.
Okay.
And then we're going to process that until smooth. I know the recipe talks about...
Everybody's food processes is different. There we go.
We're going to process this until that's nice and smooth. It says handheld beaters in the recipe, but I use a fruit processor. It really makes it very nice. And then we're going to pulse this a little.
Yep. There you go.
We want to get that totally smooth.
So you're saying, question for you. Cheesecakes, when you're doing, cheesecake, you're struggling to get that cream cheese smooth. This also, would that be a good tool?
You're going to blow up the cheesecake if you do that.
Okay.
That's kind of what, this is just a little bit of a different thing than what we do.
So but I know it's so important to get the lumps out of that.
It really is.
Yeah.
And that means scraping down. So now we're going to put this in, we're going to put the egg in one at a time.
Why do you do that?
Simply because otherwise you change the density too much and you're going to get those lumps that we just talked about.
And I know a lot of recipes, it's so important to add the egg one at a time.
Exactly. Creates an emulsion, and that's where a lot of the creaminess comes from as well. And then finally, we're going to stir in both the vanilla. I put the vanilla bean into the vanilla extract, so we scraped out the seeds. That's where a lot of the...
So just some really good vanilla too. If you
exactly. And then we're done.
So it's going to be a nice light vanilla kind of flavor to it.
Exactly. And it's going to be creamy, and it's going to be lovely.
The color is, when it bakes, is just gorgeous. Oven temperature, Richard?
350 degrees.
Okay, and you bake it on a cookie sheet? Or
always a better
pan?
idea to do that, because that way it deflects the heat just a little bit. This is custard, like all cheesecake. It's really a custard. And so as a result, well, you want to make sure that you're getting every little bit.
And how do you know when it's done?
It should be set on the sides. It should puff. The sides should puff. And it should be just slightly wobbly in the center.
Now, is it, this shiny? Is this how it is? Or did you do anything to make it?
I actually put an apricot glaze. I just took the apricot jam, warmed it up with a little bit of water, put it through a china cap, and then just brushed it on.
And that's going to give it, that's, I know, a secret to a lot of tarts, just to give them
exactly. It just makes it a little bit more.
Raspberries around the...
Exactly. And you do that just almost in just like a couple, I did that probably about half an hour ago.
Oh, it's absolutely gorgeous.
And then basically all we're going to do at this particular point is cut it.
Is there a trick to cutting it?
Oh yeah. It's called be very careful. And get your, it's better to get your knife, I'm sorry if I'm going to do this, if you get your knife hot.
First piece is always the hardest, then after that you're golden. Now this is one of the recipes, every roll and every dessert, you make everything from scratch at the American Club. Brunch every Sunday, good idea to call for reservations for the brunch.
Always a good idea.
Yeah, because it's busy, especially during the holidays. Looks fantastic, beautiful. Richard, what are we making next time?
And the next recipe we're going to be doing after this will be the pumpkin bread pudding, which is a Sunday brunch thing. It's perfect for Sunday brunch. It comes out of the oven and it's nice and warm. You can make it the day before. You really rewarm it. You serve it with a homemade caramel sauce. What could be better?
Are you still doing the Christmas holiday or the tea, the afternoon
Absolutely.
tea?
On Fridays and Saturday afternoons, 2 to 4. Actually, this year, a better response than ever before. So we're doing really, really nice things.
And that's, again, another nice thing to, just come to the American Club, soak it all in.
Absolutely. You've done your shopping, you're a little bit draggy, you think, oh, I need a lift. Here's your beautiful cup of tea, here's your scones, here's your beautiful tea sandwiches, and here's your sweets. It's really nice. What could be better than that?
Sounds fantastic.
Please come and join us.
All right, and for more, you can always go online and see what's going on at the American Club. And Richard's going to stick around, as he said, and do a nice big batch of warm pumpkin bread pudding. So some more fun brunch ideas and recipes still ahead. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Indeed.